From afar on Ferocious Bear Mountain, an intense battle unfolds as Jiang Cheng swiftly eliminates ferocious bears, growing stronger with each victory. He gains 10 evolution points and 10 experience points. The relentless wave of monsters ceases and our skeleton focuses on researching his skills. He stands on the battlefield, pondering his progress. With each level, Jiang Cheng's skills grow, but he's aware of the looming danger ahead. As his level increases, the number of evolution points he gains from killing monsters drops. Frustratingly, he falls 20 points short of the next evolution. Amidst the bear corpses, he finds resources including copper coins and bear crystals. The countdown for the next wave of bears reviving begins. While disappointed about the evolution points, he's satisfied with his achievements. He spots an information window warning of a hidden boss nearby. A portal opens and the boss, the king of the mountain bears, appears. Jiang Cheng, unafraid, decides to trigger this opportunity. The requirements to summon the hidden boss are stringent, limiting its appearance to players up to level 10 who can defeat all the bears in 45 minutes. He heads towards the portal, moving stealthily through the trees. The boss is enormous, level 15, and menacing. Jiang Cheng hides behind a tree, grateful that the boss won't attack until a player is in its line of sight. However, he contemplates whether he's considered a player by the game. He contemplates testing his theory but hesitates, fearing the boss's complex skills. A frontal assault is too risky. Aware of the boss's challenging abilities, he hides behind the tree and tries to remember its skills from the beta test. Unfortunately, he can't recall the specifics and gives up, knowing that the boss's abilities are troublesome. Dejected, he decides to leave the boss and return when he's evolved to a higher level. At the bear clearing, the timer indicates 1 hour and 20 minutes until the next wave of monsters. While waiting, he senses an invisible energy thread connecting him to the girl who summoned him. Curious about this bond, he decides to find her and walks through the forest, realizing the connection has been there since his reincarnation. He reaches the girl's clearing and observes her collecting items from the bear corpses, picturing her with a happy smile. Suddenly, a group of players approaches, speculating about the missing monsters and suspecting a bug. The leader realizes someone has already cleared the area, pointing to the bear corpses. They wonder who could have done it and suspect the Brawler Guild. However, the leader threatens anyone considering reporting this to the guild master. The leader dispatches his subordinates to investigate, instructing them to find the responsible party. They scatter in different directions to search. One player follows a forest path, worrying about encountering bears and losing his equipment. Then he hears shouts of "I am rich" and rushes to a clearing where a girl excitedly examines valuable materials dropped by the monsters. Excited about the potential earnings, he calls his group over, leaving the girl surprised and fearful about the sudden attention. The group of players confronts the girl, demanding to know who she is and why she entered their guild's territory. However, another player alerts them to a suspicious finding. The girl, with an embarrassed yet polite smile, explains that she's searching for her runaway skeleton, which she summoned. The leader remains skeptical, insisting that summoned creatures don't just run away, and urges her to reveal her team's location. The girl is puzzled by the mention of a team and clarifies that she's alone with her summon. The leader orders one of his teammates, Shadowbird, to capture her and prevent her from escaping or logging off. Shadowbird, using his investigation skill, discovers that she's a 9th level necromancer and her skeleton has low abilities. He also notices that the bear corpses bear precise sword wounds, indicating someone skilled was responsible. They conclude that the location was cleared by someone else, and the girl was merely a looter who stumbled into the bear's territory. In this game, looters follow teams to collect leftover loot and are often called money grabbers. The leader decides to leave the girl to his subordinates, who eagerly take charge, leaving him to search for the team that cleared the location, leaving the disappointed ones who missed out on the excitement. Shadowbird menacingly circles the frightened girl, warning her not to run or he would kill her. Suddenly, Jiang Cheng places his bony hand on Shadowbird's shoulder, startling him. In a moment, a scream fills the clearing as Shadowbird loses his arm. The astonished team is bewildered by this unexpected ambush. The girl, now tearfully relieved by her skeleton's return, declares she can't play with them anymore. The team begins to realize who killed the bears, the necromancer's summon. The team leader, furious at their gullibility, curses their mistake. His subordinates are bewildered, wondering what to do now that the girl has escaped without loot. The leader orders them to give chase, and the forest becomes filled with the sound of fleeing birds as they pursue the fugitives. Our hero sprints forward with the girl on his back, making her happy that he came back for her. The leader of the villains confronts them, threatening to stop them. The girl offers to help in the battle, but the silent skeleton continues carrying her, his eyes doing the talking. She starts to wonder if he has feelings for her. Suddenly, the skeleton unceremoniously tosses her into nearby bushes and darts away. Confused and silenced by leaves in her mouth, she remains hidden as the pursuers pass by, focused on the skeleton. She realizes he left her behind to stay safe until he could lead the pursuers away. Our hero assesses his pursuers, noting a close combat specialist and a ranged warrior in their group. They are a formidable team built for killing and looting other players. The previous attack has incapacitated their archer mentally, giving our hero a good chance. He turns to confront the enemies and they finally notice the girl is missing. However, they are determined to capture the skeleton, cursing their prior deception by the girl. The team leader couldn't believe that the girl could command her summon with such ease. He warned his team to stay alert as she might be hiding nearby. He was perplexed by how she had defeated so many monsters on her own in a short time and wondered about her motives. As they faced the eerie portal's darkness, the leader's discomfort grew. He decided to investigate further before taking action and ordered the archer to scout the surroundings. However, the archers seemed to lose control and, in a bizarre move, severed his own arm, preparing to attack the skeleton with poison knives. The skeleton stood unfazed, waiting for their attack. Furious, the archer repeated his attack, but the skeleton easily deflected it. The team realized that they might have fallen into a trap, and some thought there was no ambush. In response, they decided to attack the skeleton as a team. The leader, wielding a massive hammer, ordered them to kill the skeleton and find the girl simultaneously. Our hero wondered why the boss hadn't reacted yet, but he managed to dodge the slow but powerful strike. The boss realized that the skeleton was unusually fast for a low-level summon with slow reactions. Suddenly, the archer's thrown knives hit the portal, triggering a message that they had been spotted by the hidden boss, a king of Bear Mountain. The team was shocked and couldn't believe what was happening as they had never heard of this hidden boss. Without delay, the boss approached them and attempted to attack from above. Only their leader recognized it as the boss they had been seeking, but he didn't understand why it was attacking them. In a panic, he yelled for them to scatter and dodge the impending attack. They barely had time to jump aside before the boss struck the ground with incredible force, like a meteor, causing chaos. Shadowbird was wounded and didn't react in time, resulting in a message on the screen declaring him dead. The team leader remained perplexed about the boss's sudden appearance. He wondered if the girl had been its initial target or if it had been here all along. The boss unleashed its Berserker War skill, causing the team to flee, screaming that they couldn't take it anymore. One of them stayed behind momentarily, and they all froze, lifting off the ground due to the boss's Sandstorm Domain skill. They couldn't understand why they were suddenly flying, and the skill immobilized them. The hero watched calmly, remembering the boss's skills, Berserker Roar and Sandstorm Domain, and how challenging they were, especially for beginners. The bear successfully broke through the poor guy's defense, tossing away his shield and grabbing him with its mouth. The leader, paralyzed and unable to escape, watched in disappointment as the bear approached him, feeling that the girl had outsmarted them again. He noticed the skeleton and pondered if the girl was still around, watching them meet their demise. Just when he had given up hope, the boss's skill abruptly stopped and disappeared. Seizing the opportunity, he realized that this was his chance to escape. Only two of them remained, and they sprinted away from the fearsome bear, having lost so much due to the boss's attack. They needed to retreat quickly and report their discovery of the hidden boss to the guild leader. However, a shadow dashed past them in the bushes, distracting them. In the next moment, both of them were beheaded by a lightning-fast sword strike. Information windows declared, "Player dead." The leader couldn't fathom being killed by a summon. Furious and powerless, he eyed the skeleton, determined to report it and the girl who summoned it. He believed the guild master needed to know about these issues, and that the two would be hunted and destroyed for daring to challenge them. While the villain's team was destroyed, the hidden boss remained, rapidly approaching our hero, who stood with his back to it. An information window appeared, announcing that he had received 20 evolutionary points. The hero received a notification that he had gained the required evolutionary points to evolve just before the bear's mouth loomed over him. With a quick click on yes, a blue lightning bolt struck him, sending rocks flying. The evolved Jiang Chang had enough strength to halt the bear's mouth from swallowing him. Another notification window informed him that he had 3 seconds of defense left after evolving, and he was ready to fight the boss. The countdown began, and another message indicated that he had evolved into a rank 3 skeleton, becoming a close combat striker. He also gained the skill Combat Striker's Bone Armor and Arrow Armu form. As the defense time elapsed, he leaped into action, delivering 2 cross blows to the bear's paw while skillfully dodging its attack. His swift draw had leveled up to the 2nd level, increasing his attack speed by 40%. Stepping back to assess his opponent, he noticed a purple aura surrounding him. Mentally, he challenged the boss, expressing his readiness to test its strength. The bear responded by squinting its red eye and charging at the skeleton. With immense strength, the bear swatted Jiang Cheng away with its paw, demonstrating his flight speed. Evolved though he was, he acknowledged that he still couldn't withstand frontal attacks. Fortunately, his new skill, Combat Striker's bone armor arrow form, gave him a unique advantage. This skill allowed him to launch bone arrows at his enemies from a distance, and he utilized it to shoot a dozen arrows into the bear's face near its eye, causing it to howl in pain. Jiang Cheng landed on his feet dramatically after the bear's blow and prepared to attack again. However, an information window warned that the King of Bear Mountain was about to activate the Sandstorm Domain skill, which frustrated him. He knew this skill would create a gravitational field, attracting everyone towards the boss and limiting his actions. To counter this, he activated his bone arrows, knowing that they would be drawn to the target due to the gravitational magic's influence. Instead of resisting the gravitational force, he picked up speed, evading the bear's sight and slipping beneath its belly. Using the gravitational field and force, he attacked the monster's belly, slashing it like he was about to eviscerate it. However, the boss was far from defeated and unleashed the Sandstorm Domain skill again, this time with even greater power, tearing up the surroundings. Jiang Cheng noticed the gravitational field strengthening, indicating the bear's desperate last effort to win. With few bone arrows left, he decided to finish it manually. He jumped on a piece of land and flew toward the bear, determined to conclude the battle by heading for the monster's open mouth, ready to end it once and for all. Jiang Cheng fired his last arrows to distract the boss before his main attack. The arrows hit the beast's face, causing it to roar in pain. He then plunged his sword with all his might into the creature's only intact eye. In intense pain, the bear managed to stand up and swat the skeleton away. The grabby skill had expired, allowing Jiang Cheng to move freely. As he looked at the boss, which was unable to see due to its injuries, he was certain of its impending demise. Jiang Cheng appreciated the assistance of his new skill, but he realized that bone powder was needed for a complete and quick recovery. However, his thoughts were interrupted by the boss speaking to him. The hero was shocked by this unexpected interaction, as early-game bosses weren't supposed to engage with players in such a manner. The bear continued to explain, expressing its intention to give Jiang Cheng the last present from Ferocious Bear Mountain. It began emitting energy in the form of blue lightning bolts from the crystal on its forehead, and a warning inscription appeared, indicating that the King of Bear Mountain was about to activate its skill, 1,000 Lightning Strikes. The inscription urged Jiang Cheng to pay close attention and avoid the impending attack. Jiang Cheng was bewildered by the unexpected turn of events as the boss prepared to use its final skill. He couldn't fathom why this supposedly mundane game was filled with such unnecessary complexities. However, knowing that this was a special skill, he decided to stop being careful and polite and finish the battle confidently. His immunity to lightning attacks as a skeleton boosted his confidence. A powerful blue lightning bolt struck him, illuminating the entire forest with its blue light. Meanwhile, the girl was worried about her little skeleton and rushed to his aid. She was slowed down by the crystals she had collected from the dead bears, reducing her speed by 40%. Despite this, she hurried as fast as she could, concerned that something had happened to him. Delighted that he had drawn these players away from her, she gradually discarded the crystals and headed toward the battle noise, convinced that she was the only one who could save him. Suddenly, something flew at her from above, leaving her in surprise. It was the head of the already defeated King of Bear Mountain. She couldn't even react before the head landed on top of her, kicking up a cloud of dust. Information windows appeared, informing her that she had achieved the first kill of the hidden boss of Bear Mountain. Her level had increased to 10, prompting her to go to the main town and choose a specialization. Both she and her skeleton had reached level 10 and significantly improved their stats.